I've had some experiences in a little while that kind of asked me whether I am being trying to be set up as a terrorist and to be arrested and sentenced for life in prison. I mean, this is a continuation of what happened in Florida that took away my child to get me pissed off. So I'll threaten somebody so they could lock me up again, put me in a mental home, or I kill one of them and they execute me or whatever. But I think all this has to do with being black and being a very well educated, have 10 degrees, and this is a threat to a lot of people. So they're coming up with intrigues to trying to knock me off. I used to go to a grocery store and I will talk to people about my opinions about this and that and so forth. So one day I saw a guy milling around the same area and I suspect that he's there to try to eavesdrop. So I engage him in a conversation and I discovered that his charisma and his ethos that he was demonstrating were not necessarily compatible with well educated and so forth. But he started to talk about things that I find that unless he's into some intelligence organization, he can't know. He says that the government poisoned Muhammad Ali, and it's not necessarily that is the Parkinson disease, because he was going around the world and talking to the country and whatever, and try to stop him. He tells me they're training in the hills of California to unleash some war and whatever. But then he gives me his phone number and his email address is Riot Now. Now I asked him, I say, well, why you have an email with the name Riot? You don't think this will cause some problems? So I never really communicate with this guy because I don't deal with these people. The next thing, I met a woman recently and I was just flirting with her. She's from Iran. She has been there a long time, but she's trying to hook me up with her her stepmother. Her father's dead, and she lives somewhere in Iran. So I suspect that she gave me a Skype number and her email address to me to communicate with her. But again, I'm saying, like, this thing don't make sense. I'm talking to this lady who doesn't understand English, and she writing me stuff, and I'm writing back, and my emails are hijacked and changed around, and hers are changed around and tweaked to look like if we're talking about some terrorist attack or some bombing or whatever. And finally, I ask people to help me to offload my recyclables most days. And one day I saw this guy who had been around for a long time. He's milling around. So I said, hey bro, come help me out here, man. He helped me out. The next day he's back again. So I said, hey man, get it, bro. But I discovered some clothes and some papers in a place that wasn't safe. So I took them and I put them up in a safer place. But when I look at it, it was a plastic bag with some Arabic writing, some Islamic writings. So I say, hey bro, that's your stuff there with the Islamic thing, huh? He said, yeah man. I say, you're Islamist? He said, yeah man, I'm studying this Islam and stuff like that for a little while now. So the next day he comes back. I just ignored him because I discovered that this guy basically is playing me. He's playing games. He wants me to engage him in some Muslim talk because maybe they figure I'm a Muslim sympathizer or whatever, or I must see like Osama, or I must see reveling in the 911 or whatever. And the irony is that this thing, my fingerprints was on this plastic bag, and I got scared. Now, I think that's okay because anybody could touch a plastic bag, or a plastic bag you touch, somebody could put some papers in it. But if I had gone in and said, let me see it, and I touched those papers now, I don't know what the papers say. In Islam, it could have been an itinerary with certain people that are to be eliminated, or certain terrorist acts to accomplish and whatever. I see when you're arrested on that, the guy, his name is not a part of the trial period. Your fingerprints there, they believe you're communicating with terrorists, and you're done. As a matter of fact, when they take you to prison, and I've had experiences like this, they will put something in your food, man, and you can't even think straight. Your mind is like, you feel like if you're gonna die. And you go to court and you start behaving crazy and cussing and carrying on, and then they say, oh, he's a bad terrorist, he's an unrepentant one, and they give you life in prison, bro. So I'm wondering if these things have meaning, and I'm just so cautious. I don't play. A guy wants to sell me diamond ring, bro. Listen, man, I can't afford it. Oh, you don't even know the price. I'm not interested, bro. Okay? Because you see that ring, they could end up tied to some murder. Somebody was brutally murdered. Man, you just have to be so careful these days, because you could be innocent and you charged with something and you're done.